What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about WLFI in this video, World Liberty Financial. We're going to go over some price predictions and expectations over the coming days and weeks. If that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it, okay? It is the 25th day of September, and Robinhood has announced that WLFI is now available to trade with them. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? That's great. And I think that will promote exposure as time goes on. That'll allow growth to happen and stuff like that. But typically, when you have a big exchange listing, and Robinhood is a pretty big exchange in the crypto space and in the stock world, it's not the biggest crypto exchange, but it is a pretty big crypto exchange. There are a lot of people that transact various cryptos. They don't have all the cryptos in the world to offer, but what cryptos they do offer, people do trade those. It's a big deal to be listed on Robinhood. I want to be clear. It's a very big deal to be listed on Robinhood. But typically, whenever you get listed on an exchange, that actually promotes selling pressure. It typically does. Because you get new people involved. They get shaky. They're dicey, right? They're buying. Oftentimes, they're not buying at the best times. Exchanges tend to list whenever the price is at a high valuation, which, looking at this chart right now, listing here, this is not a high valuation, is it? But the thing is yes, it is. Yes, it is. World Liberty Financial, it's number 28 in the crypto rankings, you guys. It only came out back in the beginning of September, the very first day of September here. It only recently came out, okay? Any coin that in its first week of existence is worth billions of dollars, let alone its first couple of weeks, it's still worth $5 billion in market cap valuation. They're not long for this world, right? They're probably going to go down. And I'm not saying that WLFI won't come back. It absolutely will come back. It will see new all-time highs. Anybody and everybody who bought or has held throughout this time at all, you will be vindicated at some point. But if you want to squeeze this lemon for all it's got, maybe let it ripen up first. Maybe let it grow a little bit, and by that sense I mean decay. Let it drop in value because it's overvalued right now. How do we know it's overvalued? I don't care if King Midas himself made this coin. No crypto that I've ever seen in my experience that's worth billions of dollars in its first week of generation sees anything less than a 60% drop or more, right? From a high to a low, you have dropped overall 63%. To be fair, that could be enough. But even at that low, you're still worth multiple billions of dollars. I have a feeling you drop more, right? The more valuable it is at the top, the more likely it is to go lower. And when did it list? It listed on the 1st of September, right? So really, that would have been here. Would have been like this, that would have been the high there. Really, you've dropped 59%. The average coin drops 60% at least, if not more, when they're worth this kind of valuation. I would think you see a 70% drop or more. You're at 20 cents now. I'm telling you, this thing's going to be worth like 45% or less from what it is now, right? From what it is now. It's going to be worth 45% less or more. That might be the better way to say it. Negatives are weird, man. All in all, I'm just trying to say I think that we go down. I think that while, yes, this was bullish news, and I think that it will allow the price to grow, having that kind of exposure on Robinhood is definitely beneficial, not detrimental, I think, for the long term. But for the short term, it might be hurtful, right? 2 hours ago, that's whenever the news came out, and we haven't really moved since then. I think that reality's setting in that, oh, this actually is not a big deal at all. Lower we go. And lower you will go. Absolutely you will. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about where you're going to go. If we take this from a low here to a high, bouncing off the golden ratio, that's nice. It's actually kind of cute. If you do, I'll tell you what, if you can get back above 21.4 cents, then I'm wrong. Get above 21.4 cents on a daily closing basis. Close above there on a daily closing basis. 21.4 cents. Sorry, 21.5 cents, let's say. One day just has to close above there, and then I'm wrong. Then we don't go lower. Okay, this would actually be a good area to find support. But if I'm right, you'll keep going lower. You'll see prices down at least at 14.2 cents. If not 14.2, maybe 12 cents itself, something in that area. And at the lowest, I would think the lowest you could go to would be about 7.6 cents, which I know sounds crazy, being at 20 cents now, but we could go all the way down to 7.6 cents. What's crazy is you're at a $5 billion valuation. You haven't even existed for a month. $5 billion dropping 50% would put you at $2.5 billion. Dropping 60%, you're still at a multi-billion dollar valuation, or I guess over $1 billion in valuation. So still a lot of money. Still a lot of money, right? So you can afford to drop that much. That doesn't mean that you're going to drop down to 7.6 cents. I'm just saying if you went down that low, I wouldn't be thrown off by it. It wouldn't surprise me too much. I mean, It's a pretty big drop, but it happens, man. It happens, especially with these very high valuations. Now, I really do believe you can find support somewhere between 14.2 to 10 cents, 14.2 cents to 10 cents, somewhere in there. But the lowest I'd give you is 7.6 cents. That's that, okay? I doubt that you stop anywhere higher. I very much doubt that this is your all-time low that will prevail. The only thing that could really convince me otherwise would be, like I said, get above, was it 24.5 cents? What was it? 21.5 cents. Get above 21.5 cents on a daily closing basis, or have a double bottom with a very proper reaction, right? Get a reaction like this the next time you're down here. If you have a reaction like this, that's not the reaction you're looking for. That's going to validate what I'm saying. But I very much do believe that we have lower to go one way or another, right? I think that we go lower from here. And if we look at our short-term indicators, that might we might get some implications that describe that same kind of trajectory. The 1 hour RSI looks bullish right now, honestly. You had like this higher low, higher high trend, but you're kind of bleeding out of it. I don't know why my voice keeps cracking, man. It's annoying. I feel like I'm a teenager. Lower highs or higher lows, higher highs, but you're kind of bleeding out of it, moving sideways. I think this is a transition into bearishness. While it's bullish overall at the moment, it's transitioning to bearishness. You're finding resistance here. I think you are going to come down. This news, mark my words, sell the news, guys. Sell the news. It's a classic thing, right? That's a pretty big news event right there. I'm wondering how many people are bullish because of this. Time to go long. No. Time to go short. Short this crap right now. Stochastics rejecting the overbought zone. Lower you go. MACD here at the zero. You've rejected it before. You probably reject it here. Bearish, looking like you want to go lower. Unless, of course, you get up above 21.5 cents, right? That's what we want to see. Not just get above there, but close above there on a daily basis, okay? Don't just get above there. Close above there. Stochastics on the 4 hour, they actually look good. I must admit, the 4 hour looks good on the stochastics. 3 hours left to see how that goes, though. You know, the RSI, kind of looks bad. Finding resistance here at prior areas of support. Still, you got a lot of time left in this candle. Higher highs in the RSI with lower highs in the price. It's hidden bearish divergence. That's not good. Building bullish momentum here on the MACD, but you're not doing anything. Not good either. I think we're going lower, man, right? Whenever this thing finds support, look what it does. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Whenever it finds support, it goes boom, boom, right? Immediately. You don't do this. You don't grind it out. No. That's when you grind it out, that's when you go lower. At least that's what it looks like. Yeah, bearish on the 4 hour. The stochastics are the one thing that give me some hope, but you can still turn around right here. You've done it before. Daily time frame. It's so new, there's not a lot to go off of here, right? The MACD is barely crossed to the green effect, isn't it? Is it green? What is that? It's got to be green. What is that, man? It looks green, right? Oh my God, it's red. No, it's red. All right, and now it's not red. Now it's neutral. It's just completely neutral. We're just old enough where we finally have a reading on the daily MACD now. That's how new this thing is. Stochastics, typically you get oversold, you stay oversold. So yeah, I think you're bearish there. Your RSI bouncing off the 40, which is nice, but you're just not doing much with it. I think you go lower, man. I stand by it. I think I nailed it at first, right? We're going lower than this low, or at best finding a double bottom. 14.2 cents to something that's around, let's say, 10 cents. The lowest would be 7.4 or 7.2 cents, something like that. Let's pull up these indicators. 14.2 to 7.6. Likely, though, 14.2 to 10 cents, somewhere in that area for support, unless you get a day to close above 21.5 cents. If you can do that, then I'm wrong. If you can do that, then you're moving higher. Inevitably, I do believe WLFI will see higher prices. I do believe here at a $5 billion market cap, it's got a lot higher to go. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we saw this thing get to a $50 billion market cap or more by the end of this cycle. There's a lot of growth to be had. It's just not right now. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I've said enough, so hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.